Hey, what's going on? We're gonna do something a little different today. I am collaborating with my friend Jannis LeWolf, and if you haven't checked out any of Jannis's work, I highly encourage you to do so. I'll put a link in the description below. I owe a huge debt of gratitude to Jannis and the work that he's done on his channel with the Nordrum. I wouldn't know this machine to the level that I do if it wasn't for the work that he's been doing over there. And even in the process of making this, I've learned something new because of his knowledge. Okay, so what are we doing today? Today, I am going to be making some patches on the Nordrum, and then I'm gonna send them over to Jannis, and then he's going to make a beat with them. And then he's also gonna be doing the same thing, and he's gonna post a separate video on his channel. So when you get an opportunity, go check that out as well. Okay, I'm super excited today to be making these patches. In preparation for this, I've been listening to Jannis's album, Performance. If you get an opportunity, you should check it out. It's great. Today, I'm just giving myself one limitation, which is 20 minutes, because otherwise I'm just gonna keep going for hours and hours, and I don't wanna edit all that. So let me get my phone here, and we're just gonna get started. Okay, here I go. All right, I like to start this first patch as a kick or something low like that. So that's what we're gonna do for this one here. A4, which is a square wave. .36, I don't even know what note it is. I bet Jannis knows. All right, so we got it distorted. Let's give this a little bit of bend here. All right, and we're gonna add a little bit of noise to it and see if that sounds good. So here, all the way up, and then we'll dial it down. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Pad 1, I'm done. White noise on this, so we'll turn this up. Turn off this dynamic filter. Go to bandpass, open it up. Reverb 1, this plate. All right, I'm gonna copy that pad because I like it. And we're gonna change the note. Detune this a little bit. All right, let's come up with a new pad. Big reverb. Copy that pad. Pitch. Open it up. All right, mono group for this, mono group for this so that they don't overlap. I'm already getting onto something. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Everything's gonna work out. How am I doing for time? 12 minutes, not bad. Ew. I hate these sounds. Ooh. And then maybe we'll distort this. Okay, mono group for that one too. Shift, mono group. Just try 72, we'll go an octave up. Let me save this before I accidentally kick the power out or something. And then I'll be so upset. How am I doing for time? Oh boy, I still have 7 minutes left. I like where we're at. Let me listen one more time. All right, I'm gonna go back and watch one of Jannis's older videos so that I can figure out how the Nordrum manager works so I can get these off of there because I have no idea how that works. Okay. Hi, I wanted to show you the Nordrum 3 manager and how it works. You will need 5-pin MIDI because the Nordrum does not have USB on the back of it. Typically your audio interface will have it. If you don't have 5-pin MIDI on your audio interface, I recommend the Mio MIDI interface. It's relatively cheap and it has both options for regular USB and then USB-C, depending on what you have available to you on your computer. It's super cheap and it just works, so that's great. Okay, so this is how this works. You'll need to select setup once you've gotten it plugged in with your MIDI interface, and then you'll select it. For me, I have the Microlight by Motu. So I've got mine set up already, and then all that you need to do is just either send bank or get bank. So in this instance here where I'm going to be sending this to Jannis, I select get bank, and then I select the bank in which I have that stored, which was F. I'm going to go ahead and select that, and then I'll hit save to file. Okay, and then here's your save to file. You can name it whatever you'd like. And here's the thing, is it's going to grab everything that is part of that bank. So all 50 patches that you have within whichever bank you select, it's going to take all of them. There's no way to just take one patch, but it doesn't matter, right? You hit save, that's it. It's that simple, folks. Okay.
Hey there. So I just checked out the patch from Derek and I'm super excited about it. I mean, you also saw already what kind of sounds he created, and I have some favorites here. So I really like this dark orchestral hit on this pad. I think it comes from the reverb and also the octave, because it's a sawtooth wave with some octave. It's on value 87. Actually, I don't know if you can see it from the screen here, but anyways, somehow I never heard a sound like this on the Nord drum yet, so this pad is my favorite, and it resonates really well with the kick drum on pad 1. So if those two create some kind of patterns together, I find also because they're on some mono group. And I really like to bring in this kick drum on pad 4 in the end of some structure like a 2-bar loop or a 4-bar loop, and just let it ring for a while, because it creates a very nice tension since it's kind of a half step higher than the kick drum on pad 1. So I feel like on the one hand you can make some super cool aggressive beat with those 3 pads, and those other 3 pads can actually be used in some more ambient context, so it can be like a B part. Again, together with the orchestral hit, because you can play it with nice dynamics. And play some little rhythms with the left hand here. What I also enjoyed was playing some drum and bass type beat, again with the aggressive part of the patch, but also this sound as some sort of weird snare that sounds like this. And I also enjoyed playing the kick drum here with the softer velocity, because then you hear more of the noise and actually the sound sounds really different. And usually on his channel, Derek records his parts into Ableton and then adds some further modulations and effects there, which is super cool. But I want to take some different approach for my part of this video, because this patch has lots of things to offer, and I feel like I can also come up with a little arrangement for playing it live, since I'm also really interested in trying out different concepts for live performance. So with those parts I've just shown you, I made some tiny little arrangement. It won't last more than 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, but I want to play it for you.
All right, that was a lot of fun. It was really cool to be able to see the way that Jannis plays. He plays with a wider range of dynamics. And so he was able to get a lot more variation out of just one pad than the way that I typically would, where I'm just kind of like play really heavy. I also couldn't help but notice that Jannis's rudiment skills, especially when incorporating the left hand, were pretty exceptional. And I loved where it got heavy at the end of the track. And ultimately, I think it was just really cool to be able to hear the difference between our styles and how we would approach these sounds. All right, cool. I hope that you found this helpful. And I would encourage you to do the same thing. If you have a piece of gear that maybe you're feeling a little bit tired of, or you're creating some of the same similar types of sounds over and over again, swap out with a friend, swap out patches and see if maybe it will teach you something or get you outside of the box. For instance, with the Nord drum, I didn't quite understand how frequency modulation or the frequency modulation wave types functioned on the Nord drum. So whenever you're using one of the FM wave types on the Nord drum, if you change the frequency, it's not changing the filter, it's changing the amount of frequency modulation. And all of a sudden I was creating a bunch of sounds that I really liked. So thank you, Jannis, for that, always teaching me something. All right, I'm gonna go. Have a good weekend. Bye.